Now shifting focus to the big Congress Tango, if I may, in Tamil Nadu. Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal is in Chennai to hold the nationwide protests against the scrapping of the MGNREGA Act. But the focus is over the optics from his visit to Chennai vis-a-vis the main ally, DMK there. Sections of the Congress with leaders like Party MP Manikam Tagore and strategist Praveen Chakravarti have been openly asserting and demanding that the DMK concede to power sharing if the alliance comes to power, and a greater bargain of seats for the party in 2026 is a widespread demand. They've been portraying actor-politician Vijay's TVK, and this is some section of the Congress, as an option for an alliance and there has been a sharp pushback from the DMK on those demands for power sharing. While the top leadership of the two parties are in touch and official seat-sharing negotiations will begin on the 22nd of February, the public statements and the open demands from the Congress has raised several questions. Is the Congress in Tamil Nadu speaking in multiple voices? Will it lead to friction with its most important ally, both in the state and nationwide? Will K.C. Venugopal meet with Chief Minister M.K. Stalin? Several questions at play, and we'll try and get answers from our analyst and Sam Daniel in just a bit. But listen in to the reactions that came in from Tamil Nadu.
சார், எனக்கு தெரியாது சார். எங்க அகில இந்திய காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி தலைமை என்ன வழிகாட்டுகிறதோ அந்த வழிகாட்டுதல் படி இயங்குறவன் தான் செல்வ பெருந்தகை, தமிழ்நாடு காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி தலைவர். அகில இந்திய காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி என்ன எங்களுக்கு வழிகாட்டுதல் கடந்த 17ஆம் தேதி சொல்லுச்சு? யாரும் பொது வெளியில் கூட்டணியை பற்றி பேசக்கூடாது. கிளியரா ராகுல் காந்தி அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கிறார், மல்லிகார்ஜுன கார்கே அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கிறார், வேணுகோபால் அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கார். இப்போ ராகுல்ஜியை விட மல்லிகார்ஜுன கார்கேயை விட யாராவது பெரியவங்க இருக்கிறாங்களான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல.
There are 234 seats. All parties have to cut the cake and share it among all parties within the coalition.
Right.
We'll have to see whether new partners are coming in. People have contested a certain number of seats the last time. He's clearly identified two political parties as something which he cannot have any kind of relationship or alliance with. And he's identified the DMK and the BJP. So that rules out both the fronts for him. So he has to only be a third front. He'll secularly break votes.
Selva Perunthagai said you should not talk about DMK. Why he spoke about it? He was continuously speaking about DMK. He should listen to his brother, no? If he is a brother and he is holding an office of the party, TNCC presidentship, he should respect his brother and listen to him, no? He is not listening to him. What Selva Perunthagai says one thing and he says another. When Selva Perunthagai said that please do not talk on those lines, he still continues to talk.
Well, so what's in store for the Congress in Tamil Nadu? Dr. Vishnu Prasad, Congress MP from Kadalur in coastal Tamil Nadu, joins us now. Thanks very much for speaking to us, Dr. Vishnu Prasad. You've been in Tamil Nadu politics for a long time. The DMK so far is categorical in refusing the demand for power sharing. In fact, the indications are that the top leadership of the DMK has decided not to budge, even at the risk of breaking the alliance. Is the Congress getting ready to walk away from what I say is your most important ally nationally and in Tamil Nadu?
See, DMK being stubborn in not sharing the power with the Congress party is you are saying, and the Honorable CM has also expressed his opinion 10 days back in a public meeting. But after that, these 10 days, many things must have taken place. Definitely, there is some channel through which the negotiations are happening right now between the two parties. And the ideology, the manifestos, everything will be considered. The interest of the state of Tamil Nadu will be considered by the high command of both the parties. So being an ally is not an easy thing. And so many common minimum programs to be achieved. In that manner, the high command is the authority to discuss these issues. So probably there is some good channel happening and good negotiations taking place. And hopefully there is a consensus in the interest of the state of Tamil Nadu, because the other BJP has aligned, NDA alliance is already there. So in order to combat the BJP forces in Tamil Nadu, our alliance party has to be strong, and taking into all these things into considerations, a proper decision and which suits the workers, the leaders, the party and the state of Tamil Nadu will be considered by the High Command at the appropriate time.
As you say, proper decision has to be taken. Is the Congress then speaking in multiple voices and is divided on the issue? Is there confusion within? There are even reports that some leaders in the Congress are flirting with the idea of joining the TVK. Does it worry you?
Definitely. I won't say no. Definitely there are some voices, mixed responses, mixed voices, mixed opinion about going with alliance with this party, that party. Those speculations are there. And see, a Congress party is a highly democratic party. And in fact, I would like to say, if I'm not wrong, around 2 weeks back, we were all called in Delhi. In the Delhi headquarters of Congress party, we were asked our opinion in a democratic manner. And our high command was sitting and we expressed our opinion. Not that, we all came in one voice. There was a mixed opinion, and in the interest of the party, in the long run and short run, what is best for the party? We gave the options, and the party high command has to decide. And the party high command has taken all these points into the consideration. And definitely, I think proper decision will be taken at a proper time.
No. You're speaking of mixed opinion. In your assessment, and I'll come to that, in your assessment, is the TVK a force strong enough to threaten the DMK in Tamil Nadu? Is it a huge risk for the Congress to leave the DMK if you don't get what you want in terms of seats?
See, I would like to say only one thing. See, there are several reports from several surveys. Each survey differs. So we do not know which survey is going to finally hit the list. That manner, see, I would say that as a congressman, as a traditional congressman, I am always in the best interest of my party. One day I would like to go. So in order to increase the party share in the state of Tamil Nadu, in order to come back to, very, very commendable position in the state of Tamil Nadu, I would like our party, I would say that our party has definitely developed. Equally, and this new party, the TVK, there are, of course, voices in the roads, in the streets about TVK's emergence. So that is not to be neglected at all. It cannot be brushed aside. We have to take them a serious contender, and definitely they are going to be a very big, in a very, very big position than expected. And it all depends on the certain votes does not come just like that. Perception votes are important. The perception, some parties, only the letter pad may be there, but the alliance partners having multiple political parties, though they may be very few in number, but their image is going to speak much in the grassroots level. Right. So the perception votes, Congress is having at a phenomenal level. At the same time, DMK is also very strong in the grassroots level. They have done the BLA in the proper manner, and their organization structure should not be underestimated. And but TVK is going to be tested now. We have not seen the power yet. We have not seen the results yet in the ground level. They have not faced a single election. So facing election, fielding the candidate, staying put in the field by the candidates, meeting the people, manifestos, consistency, all matters in political game.
You're making a very important point there. You're saying it's an untested force. It seems to be emerging as a big force, but it's an untested force at the moment. So let's see how this plays out. You cannot make an assessment of it as an experienced politician till the election is over. But is this then about your talks with the DMK, about the power sharing demand, or is it just about getting more seats than what the Congress got in 2021?
See, sharing the power, there are voices, but that is depending on the decision will be taken at the high command, and whatever the high command says, we are ready to take. That is not an issue. But there's more number of seats is the common voice of all the people, so the representation spread wider across the state. See, initially in 2016 we had almost 41 seats. 41 seats we had, and in 2024 it reduced to 21 it was reduced to 25 seats. See, from 41 to 21, for 25, how it became, in 2016, there was a third alliance called Makkal Nala Kootani, which was headed by Vijaykanth and communists,
That's right.
then VCK and all. But in 2021, these VCK and communists came to this India fold. And each of them, that VCK, communist, both the communists, almost 18 seats were given to them, each 6. But that 18 seats, we gave 16 from our 41. So from 15, from 41 to 25, we gave 16 seats separate. DMK gave only 2 seats from them. So the major contributor for the welfare of the alliance in 2021 technically is Congress party. So we sacrificed 16 seats from those 41 and we were happy with 25 seats. So now it is a common voice of all the party members, the leaders, the grassroots workers, that there has to be some increase in number of seats and respectable seats should be given to the Congress party so that we spread fully across the length and breadth of the state. We represent fully across the state.
Okay, you're making an important point. You're saying a respectable number of seats and that the Congress has sacrificed in the past for the welfare of the alliance. Thanks very much, Dr. Vishnu Prasad, for joining us here on the Southern View. Now for a quick political reality check. Joining us this evening, Salem Dharanidharan of the DMK, Ramaswamy Meyyappan and Madhavan Narayan, who are both analysts for us this election season. Thanks to all three of you gentlemen for joining us. Salem Dharanidharan, we just had that conversation with one of the Congress MPs. There are many Congress voices in Tamil Nadu. One of the Congress MPs saying categorically that the Congress in the past has sacrificed for the welfare of the alliance, and it's a uniform demand from across the party for better and more number of seats. Does it worry you that there are sections of the Congress which are flirting with the TVK, including reports and speculation that some strategists may even be joining the TVK?
No, absolutely not. I have no doubt that the Congress Congress wouldn't be leaving us. So I'm very certain about it because it's an ideology-based alliance. Parties come, parties go. Number of actors have started political parties, or number of people have started political parties. Chiranjeevi had more crowd pull. What happened eventually? He had to merge his party with the Congress. So this alliance has been continuing for the last 23 years, and it will continue. Okay, individuals in Congress may have their own opinion. And that is a democratic country. People have their own opinion, but it's already made categorically clear that the High Command of the Congress, High Command of the DMK will sit together and decide the best course of outcome. And other members of both the parties have also been...
The high commands of the Congress and the DMK will sit together and decide the best course of outcome. On 22nd of February, you all will have your alliance talks, but these are all surround sound that's building up to it. Before I go to the analysts, very briefly, Salem Dharanidharan, and be as honest as you can be as a political spokesperson. Is it unfair of me to say that there is a definite nervousness within the DMK about the impact the TVK will have, both in terms of how the allies are going to bargain with you all for seats, and B, in terms of the final electoral outcome?
Meera, DMK is a party that is founded through a movement that is 105 years old. Do you think we will be scared of an actor who had started a political party year before, does not even know what his ideology is, does not give statements, randomly appears randomly or occasionally appears and addresses the public? Do you think really DMK will be deterred? Absolutely not. We always said anyone is willing to start the party. Anyone can start a party. The democratic country, I welcome. Robust the democracy is, more the parties that will be formed and they should contest. But for me to be scared is completely preposterous. It's a 100-year-old movement. You can't be compared with.
You are saying to be scared is completely preposterous, but I would sense that maybe that's the spokesperson talking, trying to put up a brave face. But let me go across to Ramaswamy Meyyappan and Madhavan Narayan. Ramaswamy Meyyappan, much of this is seen as surround sound despite what people say. Do you really genuinely see a threat to the DMK Congress alliance in Tamil Nadu, or do you see all of this as saber rattling during election season like we saw in 2021? You even had the press conference with the TNCC president going out and crying in public saying that the number of seats is not good enough. Do you just see all of this as just surround sound building up to the seat sharing negotiations?
भारतवासियों को और भारत माता को प्रणाम. I will take from my question. See, Simply, the Congress has become insult neutral and the Congress has become ideology neutral. The Congress is a party, it's a national party, is supposed to have patriotic nationalistic ideology. National integrity is supposed to be key to its position. Whereas the DMK is a regional party with regionalism spewed all across its campaign. And the DMK head and the chief minister of the state ended up greeting a murder convict of Rajiv Gandhi, the former prime minister of the country, former president of the Congress, and one of the tall family members of the Congress. The Congress should have found that insulting to start with. Me, as a citizen of the country, having Mr. Stalin as the chief minister, found that insulting. The Congress did not find that insulting. The Congress should have found it insulting when Minister Raja Kannappan said that Congress is only a troublemaker, we are not dependent on them, they are not required for any alliance. The Congress should have found it insulting when Mr. T.K.S. Elangovan and other senior leaders...
Where do you see this happening as we are beginning to analyze an election? Though I genuinely feel, and I'm just going to put a counter to what Ramaswamy Meyyappan is saying, I think there is an enormous personal relationship as well at the top between MK Stalin and the top of the DMK's high command and the Congress high command, which is very difficult to break. And I think a lot of this that we are hearing right now is a bit of surround sound. But then where it's going to lead to, we don't know there. I'll have a bit of breaking news from KC Venugopal as well in just a bit, who's there, General Secretary, an extremely powerful figure in the Congress who's there in Chennai in just a bit. But you respond to this, Madhavan Narayan.
I think I'm not there to respond because what I heard just now was just a bit of political rhetoric. I'm here to analyze things objectively without taking a stand on these things. Because, you know, there is nothing to respond in what the gentleman just said. It's just a lot of rhetoric. I'm just...
No, respond to what I said. I'm only as an analyst, as a fellow analyst, I'm saying that I see this Lord as saber rattling. I don't see the Congress DMK parting ways. Is an insinuation I'm making. Respond.
Exactly. That's quite obvious. I think what Salem Dharnidharan said is accurate in terms of the fact that there will be an alliance between the BJP, the Congress and the DMK. Nothing new there. There might be some give and take in seats, particularly that might, what you call surround sound, might increase the bargaining chip for the Congress. But I'm pretty much certain that what is happening right now is setting the stage for a post-poll scenario in Tamil Nadu, which is going to be politically fluid, particularly in view of the fact that the AIADMK has elements of implosion already. And if there is a majority that the DMK gets, which is less than a very comfortable 133 on its own that it got in the 234 assembly last time, there will be a jostling for position among the allies. In fact, the word ally is more important because these are not friends, these are allies. These are very intelligent people doing business-like conversations to settle the deal. And that will be based on round voices. But as Dr. Vishnu Prasad very elaborately pointed out, there were enough signals in what he said. There is, on the one hand, fear in the Congress that some of the troops may desert towards the TVK. And there are also genuine people in the Congress who want to be part of coalition. And I'm quite certain that the two voices that you hear are not, they are deliberately being orchestrated by the High Command. This is part of a long-term strategy.
All right, you're saying
good cop, bad cop.
You're making a very important analytical point. You're saying it's part of strategy to let these voices out, which will help in the negotiations. It may be true as well, Madhavan Narayan, but there are multiple facets as well that one needs to consider in terms of how many seats the DMK can actually part with, because they had 173 seats last time and they got 133, as you're pointing out. If they're going to bring their number of seats that they're going to contest much, much lower, the risk of going below a majority mark also increases with the number of seats that they are contesting when that reduces. But let's listen in to Mr. KC Venugopal, who was in Chennai, General Secretary of the Congress Party. Let's just listen in to what Mr. KC Venugopal told reporters there in Chennai. He says the Congress will discuss coalition with the DMK. He clarifies that criticism of ruling DMK by the Congress leaders is not official but personal. Congress asks party leaders not to speak about the alliance in public. So the message coming from the Congress High Command repeatedly has been that individual leaders do not speak about alliance, will do it at an official official level. We will try and deal with this at an official level. But the optics of whether Mr. Venugopal will be meeting with the DMK allies will all be closely watched. He is in Chennai, as I told you, for that Padayatra against the MGNREGA that the Congress has been conducting nationwide. He was in Puducherry earlier in the day. This statement comes against the backdrop of some Congress leaders, including party MPs like Karti Chidambaram, Manikam Tagore and Praveen Chakravarti, openly speaking about the demand for a sharing of power with the DMK and asking for the DMK to admit to a sharing of power if the alliance comes to power in 2026, and also asking for a bigger bargain in terms of number of seats that's there. That's KC Venugopal speaking in Chennai. Let me just go right across back to Madhavan Narayan, Ramaswamy Meyyappan and Salem Dharanitharan. Very quickly, Ramaswamy Meyyappan, the message coming from the Congress High Command is that we'll do the talking, you all keep quiet. But that never happens in the Congress party. But then the High Command seems to be clear of what it wants.
The High Command wants an opportunity to discuss. Like Madhavan Nair said, very categorically what the Congress wants is an alliance with the DMK. But how do you prop up and go back to your number 41? So that is by only doing this. That's the reason I started with the statement insult neutral. So the Congress was serious about itself as a political party, as a national political party, it's got to take a stand of its own. The Congress today is not. It's only looking at riding on the back of the DMK, not building a party of its own. And that's the reason why I don't think the Congress will break away and form its own alliance or be independent and contest the elections to what its cadre wants and build a party. Today, they're only looking at sheer numbers.
All right, okay.
If that's the case, they're not going to stick to their ideology either.
All right, you're saying they're not going to, if they're going to look at numbers, they won't stick to ideology. Let me talk to Salem Dharanitharan for a bit. Salem Dharanitharan, remove your hat as a political spokesperson, put on your hat as an analyst, which you are as well. In private conversations, you do have some very interesting points to make. Tell me, what's the bottom line for the DMK in terms of number of seats that's willing to concede? Is there a number within the DMK which the DMK says we will not go below? Because this time, if you're going to get, let's say, other parties as well in the fold, the fact that it's going to be a tri-cornered contest is going to make allies demand more in terms of number of seats. Last time it was 173. Where does the benchmark this time stay?
See, Veera, private conversations remain private. As a journalist, you should know that. But also, having said that, see, that is not my day job at all. I am a spokesperson. Of course, I think on matters beyond a spokesperson, but that is for my chief minister to decide. And people around the chief minister, there is a committee for it. The committee is going to decide. Of course, DMK would contest as much. Any party would like to contest as much as it wants to, right? As much we want. We will want to contest as much seats as possible. But how much it depends on how much the allies are going to bargain and how much my chief minister is going to concede. I can't speculate. How do you speculate? And even an analyst can't speculate all these things. It's very simple. Right, because for every party will want to contest in as many seats as possible. Maybe even in ADMK, NDA alliance, BJP will want to contest in 120 seats, Patali Makal Kachi will want to contest in 40 seats, ADMK will want to contest in 200 seats. That is why you sit on the table and you negotiate. And in the negotiation, you decide on which number each party is going to contest. But I'll tell you one thing, the Congress and DMK alliance is like a marriage, and the divorce is not possible. Even in 2019, few months before the election, it was my chief minister who announced Rahul Gandhi as a prime minister. Same thing in 2024. Maybe there are other members in India bloc may have other aspirations, but my chief minister has been categorical over the period of last, let's say, 12 years.
So your point ultimately, and I have to leave it here because there's another bit of breaking news that's coming in.